this chapter, what is it? When you see directly, what chapter?
Quadratic chapter. Okay.
And the question actually told it already, nothing
Yeah,
much.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Form 4.
So they have two curves, right? Fx and gx. So you see here, you must see the function fx and gx. And then you see it intersects the x-axis at 2 points. So you know something is going to come here when you see the word two same points here. There's something. Oh my god. There's something that they're going to relate here when they say two same points. So let's see. They say find value of k, right? K value means it's the y-intercept. This one is vertex form, I think, if you remember. Is it vertex? Yeah, vertex. Because k is the y-intercept, like your c value. I think one know this, isn't it? Usually it's your c value over here.
Which one?
There, this one.
Ah, yes.
Wait, Wait, that's your
This
C
one.
value?
Yeah, k is c I'm telling, because it's the vertex form. What?
Where your
Wait,
K will be the same.
K
Wait,
is
no, I
C.
thought K is the Y
K is
value
the
of the maximum minimum point.
Wow,
yeah.
yeah, you corrected me. Yeah, correct. I'm wrong.
Apde
So now
lah.
and then now I
That's
know
why.
you're paying attention. Good.
Porani, go smack you.
No, actually, genuinely, I made that mistake. So yeah, so this
Oh.
one's wrong.
You don't make this mistake in the exam. There's a difference between both of us. Nonsense. Okay, come.
Okay, so
I
yeah,
see.
that's what we said. This one is the axis of symmetry, right? This x, and then the k is
Yeah,
the max
we
or
can use
minimum
that
point.
formula.
Yeah. So now they ask k, right? Means you want to find k is the maximum or minimum point, max point lah. This one k is under this curve, means minimum point lah. Can only be minimum point. So, what was your idea actually when solving this for your A? I think Sri also can tell lah.
Go and
Because you
tell.
done.
Go and stupid. Go and.
Because both of the curves have the same axis of symmetry, so I thought maybe we can use the maths formula, which is negative b over 2a.
Yeah, that's
Because
what I wanted to tell. Yeah, very good. So that's why we always notice. So I can always use maths formula into add maths, but not add maths into maths. So that's the clue here. So yeah. So you can always use maths into add maths, no problem, because it's a much simpler formula, as you know. So how the book actually did it is this way. So I show here my solution. So yeah.
Your
So
solution.
I think it might be the same.
I did this way, like I did like
Yeah,
this.
it's the same only. So,
wait, can I see?
Yeah, this part.
Fx.
That one he rewrote lah. The second line he wrote what x equals 0, y equals 5. Because they gave the thing what intersects the y axis.
Yeah.
Then you just sub in,
But
then you get K
isn't
lah.
this way much more safer or something?
I
But
mean,
that one,
it doesn't really matter.
But it
I would
depends
say.
on the teacher, though. Don't you think?
because it's 2 marks only, so I'm not sure. And actually, maths and maths you can solve many ways as long as you get the right answer.
But if say you want to be safe, color, then go for the admits way.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Can be any concept lah. Anything you like, as long as you make a correct concept lah, like this. When x is 0, y is 5, right? Means this is the concept you're taking to solve this question. Then you use your algebra lah. You sub inside, and then you get the answer. Because 1 more mark comes when your answer already. What? So 1 mark is working. Means any of the working correct, you get 1 mark already. That's how they get the 2 marks. Only if like the long working question, right? Then you have to be careful lah, which method you want to choose. Make sure you choose correctly. Like short one, then I think it's okay lah. It should get already. So why I did this is because you see this curve it touch at the 0.05, right? So I say f0 is 5 lah, means when x is 0, fx is 5 lah, or y lah, fx is y. So that's why I put y is 5 here. So then you see the f0 equation, right? It means I ganti this x with 0 lah. This x over here. So you see I get 0 minus 3. Let's square the whole thing according to the equation, then plus k there. You only have one variable now, so you can solve already. You see negative 3 square plus k is 5. 9 plus k is 5. K is negative 4. And it makes sense. K is negative 4 because you see the minimum point is here, right? And there's a chance of being negative 4. You see if I project here, negative 4. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how you can check also your answer. So where your mark is coming from is let me see. This part. When you put your this thing 1 mark here, when you sub 0, when x is 0 inside here, always when you sub something inside the formula, you will usually get 1 mark lah. And then this one final answer, of course, will have 1 mark. So they get 2 marks here. Think some simple one lah. Some can. Yeah, this okay. Nothing much. So B1, what will be your idea? Go here.
B1, can I try?
Now we go to
Okay,
C.
I gonna kena nicely lah. Genuinely, I don't think this is the right answer. But
Come on,
I'll just
right.
go on ahead lah. Because B2 I'm stuck. I think B1 out already lah. But okay. So of course, Didi can take out all the colors. You can't see
Oh.
the question. The graph. Okay, wait. Okay, so technically question is find value of M. Right, so now technically for gx we don't have like any given values, right? It's not intercepting the y-axis, like the fx, it shows 5. So like you
Yeah.
have a certain point. See, so the only thing where we can get the point is that the roots of the gx will be the same roots as the fx.
Yeah, that's the idea.
So then you make the completing the square form, you change it into general form first, right? Given that your k is correct lah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then open up, find the roots, right? Roots you'll get x equals to 1 and x equals to 5.
Yeah, correct.
Right. And then just pick either one, right? Because the moment it's x-axis, then if x is 5, y 0 lah. I took 5. X is 5, y equals 0. Then you sub that into the gx, right? And after the algebra, you should get m equals to 10.
10,
you see, I tell you, God,
careless mistake.
somewhere, I am not sure.
I think you can share your screen also if you want. You
Screen, I doing on book da.
Oh, never mind. You show your camera lah.
Camera, wait. My camera all tangled up. Wait. This is bloody. What is this lah? Some bloody Jumanji in here, all the wires like one Amazon forest like that.
Your place very complex one. All the high tech stuff.
High tech stuff. High tech also. Come out. You. Wait. Nearly got it. Okay, I may have tangled it even more. You know what? Screw this way.
Intercept. Sorry. Intercept form
this
means what again? Is it something?
Intercept form is a bracket x minus p bracket x minus q. That is intercept form.
A bracket x minus p bracket x minus c.
Q.
X minus q. Oh, b, p and q.
Yeah, but actually you can put anything you want because p and q is just like random variable to show constant.
So basically the intercept form is to show you the roots.
Yes.
Roots lah. The normal form lah. That's intercept form.
Yeah. Because the whole thing is equal to 0, right? Then A means you shift to the other side. 0 divide anything, any value of A you get 0, right? So then you have your quadratic lah. 2 brackets equal 0. So your x is the root lah.
It's like usually your what before you tekan in the calculator, right?
Oh, wait.
The calculator
so
you
the
have
A
to make
is
sure
usually like the same number that you factorize out from 2 of the roots lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
And this one, this the first part, right? Right. Wait, it's not inverted for you, right? You can actually read it.
Yeah, can.
Yeah, I can.
Okay,
oh my God! Now it's going to get interesting. Look who's joining.
Here, what Ryan Jack? Definitely Ryan Jack.
This one coming now.
Hi, Ryan.
Yeah, of course,
Hello. Hey, Kuhan. Hi.
I'm making a guest appearance. Just don't mind me.
Honor
You
guest.
should have stayed away.
How Gani Plaza lah?
Not bad. I like the decoration.
Oh.
Why did decoration?
Shri. The question
Ryan is being recorded.
Producing.
Shri, the question has a typo. typo error.
Got ah.
Yeah, it's actually negative 3x squared.
Whose question
not
is this?
negative
That's why
SPM.
on B
Whose
here,
question is this?
on,
Whose
on,
question
on
is
you
BC
see
I got
properly.
Yeah, most
here,
one.
right?
Quadratic must have
Shit.
ax
Which
square.
question is
So
this?
here, right, square guy.
I got the book, I
SPM
think,
question
Ryan.
number 4.
SPM,
I didn't change.
paper
SPM paper 2
1.
number 4. Yeah, paper 2.
Number 4. Wait, I have the book, but Bhuvan sent already,
The
right?
actual question actually doesn't have the square. I'm not sure why.
Number 4.
So yeah.
So kena lah here. I died already.
Oh, means you made the mistake last week.
No, he didn't make because in the question memang don't have.
Oh.
What?
So,
If you look at the paper properly.
Now I noticed already. The answer
I
is
do
first
before.
paper
That's
one
why
of the
I
same.
was thinking.
Yeah.
did you guys do paper 1 already?
Means Swiss one will be correct, lah. Cannot use my answer because I followed the. I didn't use the. I used the one they gave in the question. Means either the question is wrong or the answer scheme is wrong, lah. Either one.
So now what's
Something
going on?
like that,
I don't understand.
You guys
Just assume this question null and void. Don't do it.
Void.
No. You can still do it.
Yeah,
if
can
you just
lah.
if you
But
just
just
add
the
the
answer
square.
lah.
Just
Oh.
paper 1, no, not yet.
I didn't do yet. Paper one not our favorite one.
She
So I
gonna
can't
see
bring
this
that.
video, then you know, bloody hell. The recording,
I'm by PT
Okay lah,
Puan Vijaya.
Puan
Yes,
Vijaya,
yeah,
wah. Day.
Oh,
Who are
sorry,
you?
Cik
You are not.
Vijaya.
Who
I
are
thought you
you?
showed that, Ryan.
Who are you?
Showed that pillow. One
Okay,
time you showed.
wait. So the question is gx negative 3x square plus m minus 4x. Is that the question?
Yeah, correct. That's the one.
Okay, wait. M minus 4x minus 15.
I think we
so
just
now-
take as the square lah. Share screen. I'll correct my this thing here. So
Wait, I need.
I think the one if you use you get 10, right? If you use x square.
No, I didn't use x square. I used x only.
But then x means you should get 22. If you follow the one exactly in the question here lah. The equation
exactly
in the question
in
here,
the-
you should
in the
get this thing. Am I last? Okay.
Wait. So what? 3x square this one.
Where is it? Here, I think.
So now they want the m. Okay.
I'm
confused.
I forgot the basics. If when A is -1, so
Yeah.
is it a smiley face or a crying face?
So
It's
when A
crying face.
Okay, thank you, Ryan.
crying.
Moment is negative is a crying face.
Negative means cry lah. Simple.
Positivity.
I'm so dumb. There's literally the Y intercept over there.
How you want to do that? I'm stuck, The moment you put
Yeah,
square.
I show you. Wait, where is it?
You still can
Bhuvan,
actually.
show us, Bhuvan. Show us.
Hey, yo. There, here, this part. Hey,
Oh shit! I forgot to put the X. Oh my bad.
Oh,
I
fuck.
dumb.
Yeah.
I dumb.
If I follow like this lah. If I follow
I
this
forgot to
one,
put X.
should get 22 lah.
A B C D E F J.
Oh, this guy talking
AFJ.
French again.
Huh?
It's actually French, but slightly out of tune.
Oh, A B C D. No,
Correct.
I forgot.
A, B, C, D, E, F. Yes, I think so. I forgot.
J H A J K L M N O P.
Wow.
I don't know. I guessed.
This one okay lah. Can pronounce M as well as M.
0 3.
Okay, what M22 are they?
Yes, finally.
Oh, lah.
Yeah. So
And then
okay.
means 2 I'll be able to do lah. That's why when I went, I did B1. And then when I went to B2, right, it asked me to find the what the
Zero
what's the
H.
question again? The maximum
That's
point,
gonna
right?
be
Using
H.
completing the square. I see only x no x square. How to complete the square?
0 over
Yeah. This one only 2 marks
Oh.
actually. This question, the top one lah. This one's 2 marks. This one is 3 marks.
F, X.
Because only but actually quite a long step to get 2 marks. All these no marks.
Yeah.
Until
It's actually pretty long.
until you make this assumption here, right? Then only you get your first mark, and then your final answer is 1 mark. Quite cruel, I would say lah, for doing all that. But that's how it is.
Go and open your camera, go and.
Why you like to see him?
No one, please close your camera. Don't open.
I'll be hot.
Oh.
Okay.
என்ன bro எல்லாம் மேக்கப்லாம் போட்டு வந்திருக்கீங்களோ ஹாட்டா இருக்கிறதுக்கு. Oh shit. Okay.
But
1 point.
oh my god. No, like you know who's the hottest one? Premature.
Who?
What?
Wuhan, don't.
What?
Not
What?
the light.
Wait, so the answer was 22, right? For the answer?
Yes.
For B1, yeah.
Yeah.
A is what?
Well,
Negative
that's
4.
E1.
X minus 15. Oh, can divide with negative 3.
Find
Okay.
the value of m. What's the value of m?
Is 6x plus 5.
Oh.
Ryan, chill, bro.
I cannot see what he's doing there. I think I'm going to join my other phone and see what he's doing there because I cannot see all your face like here because sharing. But I join with my phone. See.
Onna kavla, brother.
I screenshot
So
also.
minus 6x.
Bastard, you don't,
Negative
Screenshot you wait.
square.
You don't
Minus-
ever screenshot,
You screenshot my face, okay, day. As long as the bloody meme is funny, I don't mind. If it's not funny, I'm coming to whack your ass, day.
Bhuvan, you're like, yes.
No, but it sure as hell better be funny, day.
Okay. Now I can see everything. Ayo.
Bhuvan, why you put Jesus photo? You
It's a long time here.
You don't take, She's mine, okay? You don't take.
Mine.
Whoa, brother. Brother.
Okay, continue. Where we went all this while I
Hey, irida, doing da, wait, this one I forgot to put plus 5 here.
Actually, the question is, I mean, for GX, right? Is it negative 3x square? What's happening?
Yeah, that's what I said just now.
Okay.
Right. Oh, that one.
Where is it?
So negative
It was
3
memang in the
meaning-
paper like that. I saw many questions, like I mean many sources, and it was memang no square.
So many printing errors. This one.
Okay, wait. What's the question again? Find the coordinates. Okay, this one.
Wait. I explain
coordinate-
first. I explain first.
Using the method of
whoa.
completing the
Brother.
square.
Wow.
So it's negative b over 2 square, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Right, teacher.
Is it? No, that doesn't make sense though.
You
It
must
just
sub
doesn't
your
make-
m value inside. This
I
one.
know lah. I put in, but then the coordinate that I get and the one over there is not practical.
312.
312. Very nice.
That makes sense. What? Here 3, here 12.
Wait. Show working. 312.
Yeah.
I got 3, negative 4. Incredible. I don't know.
See,
what's the
you're
value
working.
of m,
22.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Wait. Son. 4. Minus 4.
Find it. Is this one question 4? Still 4?
Yeah, still 4.
Wait.
Turns out TBY was right. Came out proof for logarithm. Hey, yo, crazy.
Yeah.
Wait. Go down.
Oh.
Where?
You don't lah, Bhuvan. You don't lah,
Which one?
Bhuvan.
Oh crap.
You only supposed to love me, Bhuvan.
Oh, I'm supposed to maintain the bracket. Oh yeah, because it's A.
Bhuvan,
yeah,
can you go up?
shit.
Show me
Go
the
up,
proof. Yeah. I don't know where I put my
No
paper.
wonder. Okay. I found my mistake, Bhuvan.
So I want to see the log question for a while.
Oh, log.
Yeah, the proving.
You're so messed up.
No, it's fine.
Everything is messed up in maths.
What do you say?
Ryan.
Yeah. So if you're negative 3, that means only your y, only your y you times
What?
the A again. When you find the
Wait,
maximum.
means this one, the last part here.
You okay? So you and then okay.
Expand inside.
Right.
Yeah,
So it means
yeah.
what? X minus 3. Square lah. Why I go put cube? Okay, square and then what? Plus 12. Yeah, I need a maximum. Correct lah. Okay.
Yup.
Okay. Wait, I go toilet. Come back.
Okay, now
Right,
the
look
other
at
two
that.
will support me.
I want to ask, is the maximum point 312?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Ryan, look at that.
Huh?
Look at chat.
Oh,
Wait,
chat.
This nothing beats Ryan.
Wow, new code.
The way you were sitting is already very big.
Wait,
Turn this side, Ryan. Look better. Don't show side view. I want to see the
What?
front view.
something is wrong. You scare me every day. How? Okay, 0.25 is 0.5, right? So it's not a cert because it's not.
Oh, you're doing that one now?
Wait, what's the answer? Because it's not an irrational number, is it?
Actually, I'm not going to get my paper.
It's just wait.
Should
It's
be
a cert
somewhere.
because it. I forgot already.
Wait, it's not a cert, right? Is it a cert?
Yeah, not a cert, not a cert.
Okay,
Because
not a
it is
cert.
rational.
Because it's rational. That means if when you cert the thing like square root 2, right? You
Yeah.
get 0. Something something something.
That one
you know, like,
irrational.
that one is irrational lah. That means
Mm.
if your answer you get is irrational means it's a cert, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Usually
you.
certs are irrational numbers.
Okay, got it.
Why suddenly I come back only natural, irrational, all integer,
Stop.
all
Don't talk about
flying.
natural.
Oh, that
Why?
question
What?
already. Arithmetic progression one we discussed.
I don't even know what you guys talking about.
Uh,
Legit. I can't remember it. Okay, wait, but I'm on the next question.
Yeah, don't go yet. I show the marks first. So this one, right? Here is 1 mark lah. When you apply your b over 2 square minus b over 2 square here, this is where your mark comes lah. You show your technique of completing. Sometimes you see why they ask you using completing the square, right? Because when you want to find maximum point, right, you can also use another method. Anyone knows what chapter knowledge?
Negative b over differentiation.
Yeah.
Differentiation.
Yeah, correct. So the question want to be kejam with all of us lah, since we know we all smart, right? So we use GPS.
Wait. So if you differentiate, what you get?
We get the same answer.
Let it equal to 0. Let dy over dx is 0.
0. Because when maximum point, minimum point, the dy over dx is 0. Right?
Yeah.
Dy over dx equals to 0. That means we will get a y value, right?
You get x value. You get x value.
Then you sub back to the original equation here.
Okay,
You
we'll get x
then
value, not y value.
You differentiate this one.
After you differentiate in terms of x, what? So you get your
dy over dx, what? Means you differentiate y in terms of x. Yeah, that's how you read it.
You know how to read it all, man. Holy shit.
Usually we just say dy over dx. Like, you don't say differentiate y in terms of equals to, let's say what.
Success.
No, don't tell that. I don't want to laugh.
Okay. I don't want to laugh. Why?
Your success and failure.
Go ahead. Single logarithm.
The dy over dx.
The dy over
dy
dy
x.
Some 3 marks.
You guys remember the double angle formula, bro? I'm screwed, man.
Yes.
Don't need to remember lah. Why you want to remember?
That Trigo question coming after this.
That's why I asking. Next one.
Never mind. We discuss. I do a summary for this chapter first for you all. At least help you. So
Thank you.
This one all no question. We go to the board. Done this one.
Yes, go to the board, Bhuvan. Show us your butt. Okay, man.
Ryan, calm down, day. I know. It's Friday, but I mean, calm down.
I know it's Friday. Why Friday?
I think I give off this good energy lah.
Okay.
Is it no man? I thought I make people happier.
Lies you tell.
Looks very
Good. Nice one lah. Holy shit.
very complex. This one. I wrote everything here. The whole chapter is here. Everything is here.
Wow, wait. You better send photo to the group, you don't erase.
Yeah, I'll send after this.
Good.
Wait,
I think
why
I
is Shri pinned for me? Shri shouldn't be pinned.
Hello.
Good.
What?
Good day. I would rather not be pinned day.
Hello. Who called
So we are
me?
going to call you to
Why?
explain all the.
Good. I think you Rakesh or Tani has my maths module day. My maths module. I can't find it.
Oh,
It's
the
not
module is under the table. Who asked you to leave it and then not come for 2 days?
Fuck, man.
See, don't swear. My video will come inappropriate content. Then Kuan can't access.
Kuan can't act. Day.
Inappropriate content. Now you know, isn't it?
Serious? Wait, why?
You cannot share the file because Google says it's an inappropriate file.
Cannot access, maybe.
Oh my God, you're still a child. Kuhan.
Wait, why?
It's
His
Bhuvan.
age is
It's
said.
Bhuvan. Bhuvan is the one that cannot share, okay? Not me.
Oh, Bhuvan is the one I cannot share.
Okay, see, enough already. Now I explain. Three only loudest.
Brother. wait.
Enough.
Bhuvan, you can force mute people, just saying.
Oh yeah, I can mute people, right? Oh my God. So you talk a bit, then I'll move it to you. Right, no? Talk a bit, I'll mute you. Talk. Wait,
Unmute. Mute me. I'll talk. No. He muted himself. You mute me.
Okay.
I will deny you.
Okay, so now, right, we are doing chapter 2, form 4, quadratic equation. So first thing when we come to this chapter, the textbook already tells us what's the methods to solve quadratic. So in maths, right, we use this method, factorization only. Maths, modern maths, factorization. Formula also you can use actually in modern maths, according to Cikgu Alia. You can use formula because it's in the textbook also. But completing the square is something special for maths. That's why we learn maths. Completing the square is an extra one to solve. So usually the question will tell by using completing the square. So focus on this one. But the other two is like general. You can use when they don't ask a specific method to solve the question. So that's why I think that's it. So okay, now we forming equations. So let's say we have roots alpha, beta, right? So the formula is like x minus alpha, x minus beta is 0. Something like your intercept formula, x minus p, x minus q is 0. So it's about the same thing, I'll say. So when you expand this, right, you will get x squared minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta is 0. And then when you compare it with your general form, right, x squared minus SOR x plus POR, right, you will realize your SOR is alpha plus beta. So this is the relation. That's how they get SOR is alpha plus beta. This is your first equal. And then another one is you compare this side. Plus POR equals plus alpha beta. So POR is alpha beta. So basic thing. That's how they came up with this thing. So from there, they can ask you to modify. Let's say form a new equation with roots alpha over beta plus beta over alpha. Basically, what you're doing is you're modifying the equation to form a pattern that has either alpha plus beta or alpha beta. However you modify, you can modify as long as you don't change the content of the equation. And then you can sub your value from here inside there, and then find your equation from there. So that's how we do it. Okay, now quadratic inequalities. This one always comes into play, right? We have seen before. It will always come because why? The main reason is because of discriminant actually. Why we have this inequalities thing in quadratic? Because b square minus 4ac greater than 0, and then you have less than 0, all inequalities, right? Except equals 0. Equals 0 is equation. So methods of solving inequalities, we got 3. Graph sketching. This one I think Sri like, right? Graph sketching, he like to go that way to solve. 3? Oh, I annoyed him, buddy. Very good.
I'm still. Oh, whoa, bro.
You like graph sketching, number line, or table method to solve?
I'll use the graph one usually.
Usually graph, but sometimes question will ask a specific one. Is it?
You can ask.
Sometimes got, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Sometimes.
Number line also can table only, I forgot.
Yeah. Usually I use table that's why I put 2 ticks here. My preferred one is table because it's like easier. You just sub random values to the equation and get whether positive or negative.
Right. So if like what
I scared the graph, right, can make careless mistake. Graph, there's a chance you can make careless mistake when you shade the wrong region. That's why it's not more like graph sketching is more to like what to say. Not much calculation. It's just whether you know or don't know. But table, right, you can press and check with the calculator. So that's why it's more like technical. It's more, I feel like more safe, the table method. So yeah, but you can do anything you like as long as you get the correct answer. So now types of roots. how we determine is by using discriminant b square minus 4ac. So d greater than 0, I've listed down few keywords from the question where you can identify. You must use b square minus 4ac greater than 0. One of it is two real, unequal, and distinct roots. Usually the question will come out like this, or it can be the straight line intersects the curve at 2 points. Whenever 2 points means d greater than 0, because the other two is only 1 point or no point. So that's why I put this second condition here. And then when d is equal to 0, this one is like your tangent line, because it only touched 1 point of the curve. So that's why it's d equals 0. So it's two equal roots. Actually, I don't know why they call it two equal roots, because there's only one root actually. But then they say two equal roots. It's the same value. But so another one is straight line tangent to the curve here, and intersects curve at 1 point only. So when you see 1 point, d equals 0. This is the relation. Okay, then the next one, d less than 0 means no real roots. Or in other words, it's imaginary roots. Means the curve is like a floating curve on top there. It doesn't like cut through the x-axis. And then this one came in the exam. They do it like this. Straight line does not intersect the curve. They'll cut like this. That's one more way to identify. Okay, so yeah, this part is done in the first half of the chapter. Basically. So this one quadratic functions. I think Sri or Kuan was talking about this. Kuan, intercept form right there here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is your intercept form. This one. Yeah. Ax minus p, x minus q. So basically p and q are constant. Constant, you understand it as numbers, random numbers. Constant like quite a difficult term, right? So just think as numbers. Because the question will say like such that p and q are constant. So what you think as constant is numbers. So nothing else. And then general form we know already, familiar with it, ax squared plus bx plus c. And also this one is the preferred one. They like to ask in the exam. Vertex form then. Ax minus h squared plus k. And this equation is useful because two things you can interpret from here. Axis of symmetry. And the substitute, if you forget this formula, right, you have a method to save you, like what Kuan said just now, x is negative b over 2a. If you forget this, and the question didn't say by using completing the square, they didn't say that, then you can use this as a lifeline. X is negative b over 2a. Okay, so yeah. So then this one is the textbook one actually. They get it very well. How to like interconvert between intercept form, general form, and vertex form. So when you see, right, something expansion, right? Expansion usually occurs from a simple thing to a more complex thing. So vertex form is considered a simple form of an equation. General form is considered as a complex form. And why I say that is because you see, general form is x power 2, right? But you see your vertex form is considered complex, but they factorized it here. You see, ax minus h squared plus k. But this one is like expanded from here. That's why you see from vertex form to general form, you use expansion. So that's how you see. And then if you want to go from general form to your intercept form, so you see, use factorization. Factorization means you're converting something that is complex, comes simple again. You can use formula if you want also. Intercept form, yeah. This one means you factorize this general form. You take out the a value and then you make it into two brackets. So okay, yeah, up to this point. One.
Oh, hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, can.
Okay, so now if you want to go the opposite, right, means intercept to general form, right? So intercept to general, we use expansion. Because you see, right, earlier itself I wrote here, intercept is simple form, right? And then, it's okay. And then general form is complex, right? So from simple to complex means you must expand. That's why we use expansion method here. And then you see from general form is complex to vertex form is simple, right? So we use completing the square. Completing the square, you can understand it as a factorization actually. Because like make it into a bracket, you take out your A value, means you're actually factorizing the equation.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. And this one, effects of changes of A, B, and C value. So you were talking just now. So you see A greater than 0 is a smiley curve. A less than 0 is triangle. And then B greater than 0 shift to left. B less than 0 shift to right. Okay, this part I will explain further because like hard to remember, right? Why B greater than 0, you shift the curve to the left, and then and then y down straight now. This one I can explain here. Why B equals to 0, the curve is on the y-axis. So you know, right, this formula, right? X is negative B over 2A. Let's say I put B 0, right? What happens to your X value?
Will become 0.
Yeah. Oh. And when X is 0, what's the axis? Y-axis, right?
Yeah.
So this is why they say when B is 0, it's on the y-axis.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the B value is 1. So it means it moves like one value to the left, right?
Yeah.
So would the C be negative 1? Would the C be 1?
C value won't change because you're shifting the curve horizontally, right and left. C value is vertically up and down. This one is just left, right only. You cannot affect C value.
Oh,
so that's the thing.
It will.
It won't affect. That's why when you reflect the curve on your what? X-axis, it doesn't change that stuff.
Okay.
Sometimes they ask form equation, right, when it's reflected. Yeah. Battery low.
Signature move day, low battery. Every class have one.
That time I asked, one question. What? 2 minus 1 is what? The computer straight away shut off. Cannot do so complex stuff until 2 minus 1, the computer don't want to do it. Okay, so now, this one normal. C increase means graph shift upward, and then C decrease means graph shift downward. This is a normal stuff we know. Okay, so this one I'm gonna explain why the B greater than 0 is shift to the left all that. That's quite tough to accept, but based on the simple formula. So this one, you said B more than 0 stuff.
Yeah, Bhuvan died, didn't he? Bhuvan died, right? He's gone, right?
Oh my goodness, rest in peace, huh?
Hey, I mean gone as in he's
I know lah.
Have day.
Wait, I sending to you. I don't know whether
they chew the double angle take from the internet. Correct.
cannot lah. Which one question? Actually, A1 or A2?
A1 itself cannot A2 out today. A1 day.
Okay. Wait, I'm cancelling out part that. Actually, whenever you do Trigo question, you have to have many.
Where did Bhuvan go?
He glitched out. Hi.
He died to death.
My God.
Are you back?
I already connect, but I forgot to on the switch. Very smart. Yeah. So this one, I said, why you got to accept that B is greater than 0, it shift to the B greater than 0, it shift to the left, right? How to accept it? Let me think. Okay. Let's say we based on this basic formula, right? X is negative B over 2A. I constant the A. Means I assume A is 1. I do two situations, right? X is negative B over 2A. Let's say in this situation, right, separate case. Huh? So one case I say A is 1 and B is, let's say, 3. Okay? So we find our X, we will get negative 3 over 2, 1. Means X is negative 3 over 2. Means you can imagine where it's located somehow. X is negative 3 over 2. Let's say the axis is like this. Here. X, Y. And then here is negative 3 over 2. Okay, so now I want to say B is more than 0, right? If I assume, wow, you're good, semangat. Surprised me with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say I say B is more than 0. B more than, it means I have to use a negative number. Then only I can show the difference. So let's say
we can't see clearly. It's
I know can't see. Later I will send because it's far away. Distance quite far. Yeah. So if I say B is negative 1, right? I put inside this formula, right? X is negative B over 2A. You will get X is 1 over 2. Means the axis of symmetry is at 1 over 2. You can imagine where it is. Let's say I change the axis here. So this is 1 over 2. Okay. So this is how you can do in your exam. Put random values inside to test whether it makes sense or not. So now I change the condition to B greater than 0. Means I can consider 1. Okay. So I consider 1. Means X is negative 1 over 2, 1. I get X is negative 1 over 2. So now you see it. Okay. So you see X, Y axis, X axis. The curve will come here. Negative 1 over 2 is here. From here, you come here. Means from the right-hand side of the y-axis, you move to the left-hand side of the y-axis. That's why it's shift to the left. That's how you prove it. And then put random values inside to see. Another way is you can think is B greater than 0, right? The sign pointing to the right, right? So you change your thinking, opposite means shift to left. When B less than 0, the sign point to left, right? Means shift to the right. But I don't suggest that one because you got so many things to memorize, you might get confused. Okay, so yeah, that's it. How to accept this one. So you wanted to say something, right, just now?
Nothing.
No, nothing. Okay. Now it's the important tips.
Yes.
Not going to come in exam. Like how
Who knows? Who
well
knows? You don't know?
For seen through the future, Dave. Don't play, Dave.
Oh shit.
The whole thing I have here.
Ryan's mouth has been open for like 3 minutes.
You were counting. What?
Open bigger, Ryan. Yes.
Disgusting.
How, Dave?
Exactly, disgusting.
My brain is just.
What happened to your brain?
God, man.
I think we can say that to some of our people that are associated with us.
Buban, doing a buban.
I didn't say anyone.
Yeah, right. Of course you didn't.
Wait, is it supposed to be only us?
No, by right, believe it or not, we are all mentors here. This is a mentor
Exactly.
mentee. This is not mentor mentee day, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Just because no one came, so at least you all came. Yeah. So one thing. First tip of quadratic. So first tip I have here is switch the sign of inequality. This one is important one because they ask to find you range of values of like let's say k, right? And then you have let's say b square minus 4ac less than 0. So if I put here, I think of a value that is negative. Square minus 4. I think you understand that. Let me try another equation. Normal equation. Negative 2x less than or equal to 5x minus 5. 28, let's say 28. Just a simple one. Okay, so you have negative 2x less than equal to 28, right? So now you see, right, you're shifting a negative value to the other side of the equation. Means you must switch the inequality sign. Means from less than or equal to, you become more than or equal to. It's an inequality chapter, maths. So you get greater than or equal to negative 14. Make sure to switch the sign always, because it will affect your range. Okay, first it. And then second one, be careful of your negative and positive signs. And positive signs. This one is used during your completing the square, because it's plus b over 2 square minus b over 2 square, right? So then later you go minus minus sometimes, you'll come to plus in the end. And if you don't key in correctly inside here, you'll give you a wrong answer. So that's the thing. Must be, make sure you put your bracket in the calculator when you're typing. So that's the thing. Okay. This one is during completing the square only. Other than that, there shouldn't be any problem. And then, here we have ABC values, right? Do not confuse it with your ABC values in your trigo. There's one case that can prove it. Cosine graph. Now we're going from quadratic to cosine, just interrelate, okay?
Wait, quadratic to cosine?
No, I'm just telling how the value of C, you cannot see it directly as y-intercept in a cosine graph rather than quadratic. Quadratic, you see C negative 4, right? It means your curve will touch at y, at the coordinate there of y-axis negative 4, right? But cosine not like that. You don't see it like that. So basic cosine is like this, right? Let me think. Like this, and then like this. Something like quadratic also, it looks like that. So yeah, like thing like this, okay? So let's say I give you y equals cos x, we do one cycle, and then plus 1. So originally it's like this, right? When you plus 1, right, you shift up here. Means your curve come like this. You go up by 1. But then you see it's plus 1, right? You might directly draw it at y is 1. Actually, where it intercepts is y is at 2. So this is the difference. That's why you can y-intercept always. It depends. But sine graph you can. Because sine, wherever it moves, it is. You follow your C value. Because sine graph starts at 0, right? You plus 1, you still result in 1. And the equation will give you plus 1. It's 1. So you can see directly. Like y is 2 sin x plus 1, right? You will touch at 1. But this one it won't. Because originally the graph start at 1 already. Sine originally it start at 0. So this is the difference. Drawing in there. Hope you can imagine.
Hope.
Should you look okay, only? Is he even listening?
Listening,
I don't think so. Tangent doesn't have any intercepts, right? Because it doesn't touch.
Tangent. Let me think. Usually tangent is not involved. It'll start at 1, I think. It start at 0, I think, original. Means it is affected by y-intercept. Means if you plus 1 at the end of the equation, right? The graph will start at y is 1, then go like this, and then go like this, one cycle. But then originally it starts at 0, like sine. So you can assume your C value like how you assume here your y-intercept, but not for cosine. That's the exception. Okay. Okay. So yeah, fourth one. So this one I'm saying is always use your formula method if cannot factorize directly. Unless question say use CTS, completing the square. So why I'm saying this is don't use CTS, right? So you got a chance of using either formula or what is the thing? Factorization. Don't use CTS means you can use CTS as well. So between CTS and formula, I prefer using formula method, quadratic formula. Much easier than CTS because you have to remember the pattern and all that. So yeah, always sort through your quadratic formula if you have a chance. So now the fifth one, do not get confused with your discriminants. I think this one our teacher mentioned also already. We like made careless here in this part, the discriminant thing, whether it's greater than 0 or less than 0 or equal to 0. So always look for the keywords like 2 and equal roots, real roots, unequal roots, no roots. So you must know how to differentiate between them. Okay, so that's another one. Okay, master your expansion and factorization of quadratic. Means you must know the method. So usually in quadratic you have something square, right? So if you cannot see it directly, make sure you expand it one by one. But that one not encouraged. But if you don't, to avoid careless mistake, make 2 brackets and then start expanding. If you can't see directly. So yeah. Next one, Chan Kuan also said this one, the axis of symmetry formula. Don't forget this one, it can save you in many situations. The x is negative b or 2a. I use this. Basic formula, but very handy. That's why they put it there in maths. And then another one, remember, okay. So this one, quadratic and differentiation, you can relate a lot. Remember this one, like just now, the maximum point stuff. They are very interrelated. Unless they say by using certain method. If they didn't say that, right, you know it's quadratic chapter, right? You can also apply your differentiation knowledge there. If you forgot quadratic at a certain point in the exam, they don't say, they don't specify. So differentiation is your last resort. So yeah. And then another one, sometimes we like confused, right? How to know which point to substitute and then find the equation and then make one equation equal to another, right? So always remember that any point on a curve, you can substitute it into an equation. If you can see it from there, you can substitute directly. Because the equation, you have x and y variable, right? So that is actually a coordinate. If any point on that curve, you can take that coordinate, put inside the equation. So it's greatly used here also. And then coordinates of intersection. This one they like to ask in integration chapter, but also related a bit here. They ask coordinates of intersection between 2 curves, right? So how you do is you make that equation equals to this equation's curve. Then you find the common point. Yeah, that's it. That's all the tips for this chapter. Whole thing. Now is our favorite one, Trigo. Actually, you done the question already, Proving.
Yeah, they were. Hello? Oh, can't hear me. Hello?
So when you put the X in the key.
When you got the idea, Proving.
Hello.
This one.
Wait, oh my god. Yes.
You can prove already?
Yeah, I did this question already.
Okay, good luck. The whole thing you done already.
Yes.
Okay. So now I show you how it's done. Here. Okay, so how I did this is for when you see trigo, right? You ask proving question, right? Always prove from a hard side to a simple side. That is the tip. It's always easier starting from a harder, more complex equation, trying to prove to a more simple equation. If you go from simple to complex, right, you need to think, how can you make that simple equation more complex, which is more difficult? That's why you see here, they start from the left-hand side, which is more complex. Why I say it's more complex? Because you see the square here. Cotangent square, sine square. Whereas the right-hand side, right, you see only got power 1. Everything is power 1 only. So this is how I differentiate them, 2 and 1. You can understand this part, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah. This part I have to add -1 lah, because they just want to what?
I'm sorry.
This part where I'm seeing how I did it. This part the sign cancel already, so I get you want to get 2 cos 2a, right? So you have to refer to your double angle formula. What is cos 2a? That's why the previous step here I put 2 cos square a minus 1, means 2 cos square a minus 1 is cos 2a. So always refer to your formula sheet lah.
Wait. Can you repeat? 2 cos
square a minus 1
equals to
cos 2a. I see here, right?
cos 2.
The plus
Wait,
1,
how did your
plus 1
2
is
cos 2a become 2 cos 2a minus 1 plus 1?
Plus 1 don't see. The one is the original equation I had to make sure I can get the final answer as cos 2a plus 1. See here.
Can you do that?
Can. It's like, I would say, as long as you don't modify the equation, it's still okay. Because see, -1 plus 1 is equal what? You don't do anything to the equation.
So 2 cos 2a became 2 cos 2a minus 1 plus 1. That's the part that I am a bit shaky.
Wait, now let me think. Cos 2a. Okay. I think where is the cos 2a formula? Let me see. You have the formula sheet. Must see, where is it? The cos 2a formula, I must see.
Let me see. Yeah. Cos 2a is just cos square a minus sine square a.
No, I mean this one, this cos 2a.
Oh.
Not cos square a, cos 2a. There you see, you got here 2 cos square a minus 1. So I put here.
Wait, 2 cos 2a minus 1. Oh, then you just randomly plus the 1 lah.
Yeah, because you have to suit the equation here, right? At the end you prove. If I just leave it here, right, I only will get cos 2a. You notice
2
what?
cos 2a minus 1 plus 1, then it became
Wait.
Go and look at the line above that is 2 cos 2a. So for you to make the bottom one the same meaning as the top one, you have to plus 1. So you can get rid of the 1 inside the bracket.
Yeah, correct. That's what they did. So that is equal to 0. Then can.
I thought, because if you plus 1 and then to get rid of the 1 on the inside, it'll still be 2 cos square a. What?
Yeah, but then from here you can already factorize here. That's why they substitute it with cos 2a. but just put the +1 outside the bracket so that you can.
Okay, wait. I see what you did. I can see what you did.
Can understand.
Yeah. I just understood.
Yeah. So
You just
like,
wanted to get that formula for cos 2a, so you can just get it. Yeah, I understood already.
yeah. So yeah, this one's 1 mark. This one is 1 mark, and you can prove 2 marks actually only this question. Quite. Oh, 2 marks. Wait. That means 5 marks. I thought 3 marks. First one is 2 marks only. Now this one is the 3 marks one. Okay, so this one we let Sri explain. Question A2. I wanna see how I explain.
Appa, A2. My drawing very bad. Genuinely.
I saw my working. Explain from here.
I haven't gotten my answer. Wait. Oh, A2. Oh, I'm blind. I went from 5A1 to B. Okay, wait. Solve the equation, son, in terms of. Oh. Okay, wait.
Now you just explain from my working. You need to solve.
Here. Okay, wait. Okay. How you get half? Wait. I myself already.
The question is half.
Already. Question is oh, it's already given half there. Oh, okay.
Yes, this is the question I copied back.
Okay. So as we have already converted the top, from the left hand side to the right hand side, right? Of course, here we want to take the more simpler one lah, right? So the simpler one, right, which is 1 plus cosine 2a, second line, right? 1 plus cosine 2a equals to half, right? So now, after doing much algebra, you come to the fact that 2a, right, just the angle of 2a will be 1/3 pi.
This one, make sure you convert times pi over 180, because here you will get 60 degrees. But the question one, remember, always be aware of the range here. 0 less than equal to a less than equal to 2 pi. So you must satisfy the one. That's why I times pi over 180 to convert to radian. And also this one.
Radian. Is it? Do you really need it to be in radian though?
That they asked to solve the equation.
In terms of radian. Oh shit. Yeah.
Son.
Right.
And this one, when you get negative half, right? Don't put negative half into your calculation.
Yeah. The negative is just to show which quadrant it is under.
Yeah.
Right?
Always
so
key in the positive.
Yeah. In terms of cosine, if cosine is negative, you will get what as sugar to coffee. So it means the second and third quadrant.
Yeah.
Will is where your 2a will lie in.
Okay.
Right. So
continue.
Now. All right. Now, what we have to do is find all the possible values of 2a, right? So now 2a, right, can be 2/3 pi or 4/3 pi, and this is one cycle, right? Because it is 2a, right? It will circle around 2 times. So then you need to take the. So wait, I'll just wait for him to finish drawing.
Nothing. Continue.
Okay. So since it goes 2 times, right? You take the 2/3 pi and the 4/3 pi. You plus with 2 pi, right? With 2 pi is technically 360 lah. So after that, the second round. So after you've gotten all the values, right? You have to find only a, so that you can keep the range within 0 to 2 pi, as said in the question.
Yeah.
Right. So after you have divided, you will get what? Pi/3, 2 pi/3, 4 pi/3, and 5 pi/3.
Yeah.
Right. And if you see, it hasn't exceeded 2 pi. It hasn't exceeded 2 pi.
Yeah. So usually in this kind of question, right, you can expect 4 to 6 types of possible answers, depending on the range they gave here. Here is 2 pi, right? It can go up to 3 pi. Don't be surprised also. Means you again add 360 from these two.
So it means then you take the 2/3 pi, and then you plus with 4 pi lah,
Yeah.
technically.
So you can get up to 6. Usually 6 is the max lah, I think. Or it can be odd numbers depending on the value of the angle. So it can be 5 or so, it can be 7. 7 is the most, I think. Yeah. So this is the question. Where's the marks? Let me see. This one, when you get cos 2a is negative half, right? You get 1 mark. Here's 1 mark. And then when you get pi over 3, 1 mark. Final answer, all must be correct. This one, if one wrong, then gone already lah. Because only 1 mark, what? So this one is 3 marks. 2, 3. Okay. So now you explain the graph lah. This one who wanna give? Kuan can try.
Yeah.
Wait, this one.
Oh, okay. So first, I would just I have my own way of doing this. So like first I would check all the amplitude and then the number in front of the x or the a in this case. So for example, they say it's 3. So the amplitude must be 3. So 3 and negative 3. Okay. Then for the number of cycle, it is 1.5. So it's not actually 2 cycle. It's not actually 2 cycle, but it's actually 1.5. Okay, so that's one thing. And then I will take in I will add the information where there's a modulus. So when there's modulus, the cos will become a continuous McDonald.
Yeah, good way of describing.
Yeah, and then so 3, 0 and negative 3 plus 1, so it moves up. Actually first I'll just draw the McDonald's. Yeah, I'll just say that I'll draw the McDonald's with 0, but what I'll do first, without the plus, I will do my a axis as how to say dash line, like dotted lines. Because I know that it's not going to be the actual x-axis because I'm going to move it. So what I'll do after drawing that, I'll plus in. So at the at the y-axis, I'll just erase. So 3 plus 1 will be 4, and then 0 will be 1, and then negative 3 is going to be negative 2.
Yeah.
I'll just draw like it. But then in this case, it won't be lah because it's modulus. So after doing that, then only I will take the ruler and then like estimate where is the y-axis and then put the actual straight line and then label it as A.
Yeah.
And then I'll label the graph as y equals to 1 plus the modulus lah.
Oh yeah, good point. You pointed out. I should label also. Yeah, so actually everyone, you should also remember label your graph also every time. Because
Bhuvan, for this graph, right?
yeah.
The part because okay, before the pi, the first part of the graph on the left side, how do we make sure that it is the scale is correct? Because
yeah, because this point, right, it's like decimal, right?
Yeah. Do we just
So I'm also thinking.
Wait, the decimal.
This one, I don't think they're going to be that particular with this because we only put pi and 2 pi, right? So anything in between, I don't think we label like pi over 2, pi over 3, like here.
Right, but we should
actually
still
have
draw
a
the
method
line,
for that.
right?
I actually have a method for that.
You divide everything into equal parts lah.
I'll actually times the cycle by 4.
Times the cycle by 4.
Because like one cycle has 4 intersections. So for example, it's one cycle, right? There'll be 90 degrees, 180, 270, and 360. So 1 over 2 pi, pi, 3 over 2 pi, and 2 pi. So what I'll do, this 3 over 2, I'll times 4. So it'll become 6.
Right.
So you can divide it by 360, change it to radian, and then you can do it. If if you want to be precise lah, but then you can just choose the easy way and do pi and 2 pi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
But
the original
for me,
graph looks like this lah.
original. Yeah.
Yes.
So, but
For
then
the
this one,
modular.
if say I were to label some, because okay, pi is technically 90 degrees, right?
Yeah, 180.
So 180, sorry. Okay. So 180. So yeah, 90. Okay, so if say the 90, I can still draw another dotted line, still label it under that.
It depends lah. You press in your calculator. Let's say A90, right? A90 times 3 over 2 cos answer times 3, and then I make this one positive lah, plus 1. Means the answer for 90 degrees is actually this. Hey, you can't see, right?
Yeah, what are you doing in the calculator?
The answer, if it's 90 degrees, your y value is this, decimal.
Oh.
So you don't know where is that point in the graph. Where is the point? We don't know. That's the thing. It can be anywhere from here. From here to here. 3.1, right? From here to here. This range here. Means somewhere up till here. Here can be 90 degree. Estimate lah. Here's 90. So that's why the very tough to see when it's decimals. And it's not equal also.
Part. Because the first intersection is 60, so it'll be in the second part. Like in between of the
What do you mean the first?
section to 3, yeah.
Second hill and the top of the hill, it'll be in between there because it's 60
it can
and
be here,
120.
so yeah, 90 can be here, so. So it's more reasonable, like here is 90. And here is 60.
Yeah.
Yeah. So makes sense. Okay, so yeah, this is the mark. Marks is 4 actually. So this one is up. This one I cannot talk much. This one is up to the teacher how they nilai our this thing lah. The shape of the graph, all how it looks like based on the scale. It's how 4 marks come from lah. The shape must be correct also. And like see this one not like so like in the center, right? This one might get minus mark. Because you see, right, it's not what axis of symmetry lari already. It's not straight. So make sure when you draw it perfectly comes straight down like this. See, different length, different width right here and here. So it might get minus mark. See the width difference. This one okay lah. This one looks like almost symmetry, but this one gets quite like apparent the difference. Okay, so that's your whole this thing. Yeah. Now we go conclusion for trigo. This one is wow. Anyone here likes this chapter? Let's be honest.
Which chapter? Which chapter? Trigo.
I love
the
this
sketching
chapter.
part. I love
every
the
part of this
sketching
chapter.
part.
What cool you say?
Love.
Okay. See?
It's interesting, definitely, but they ask you to sketch, especially this sort of like 3/2 and this one, right? It becomes a bit too like confusing for me, lah. But other than that, I just find it interesting. I'm very neutral at this point.
Yeah, especially the proving part. But you can use
like
there's like
challenging,
so many
right?
ways you can
Challenge
use
yourself.
anything. The best part is that I'll be expecting it to be a double angle. CC is just a basic unit and then you can get the answer.
Because sometimes proving question we tend to overthink.
Yeah,
So the
especially
simple
when
thing
we
you
see
don't
the
get.
2A and stuff.
Yeah, I understand. Very relatable. So chapter 6.5 actually quite. I would say this chapter is quite short actually compared to the other one because it's basically everything of this chapter depends on the formula. Your whole knowledge depends on whether you can apply the formula or not.
You know the formula, like once you get the concept and do questions, you memang can already.
It's not that like long-winded, I would say. Like more straightforward. Just know the formula and all that.
I wonder what is long-winded in that math.
Logarithm, moving log, something I would say deep long-winded. Maybe probability also, I would say probability distribution.
Oh yes, probability.
Switch the sign, all the stuff, very confusing.
Okay, yeah. Like there's a lot of logical thinking.
But this one, this paper, did they have probability?
I think God. Wait, I think God.
God.
I remember doing.
Lucky in section B lah. Okay, so now trigo function, right? First thing we learn actually in this chapter is positive and negative angles. So this is what differentiates like your trigo in NMaths and trigo in maths. Maths, we don't have negative angles. It's just basically direction lah. Like when vector quantity, you put negative sign, right? Direction. Here, negative angle also shows the direction. So why we say positive angle is from the x-axis here, we turn like this, let's say. So this angle, I label it as 270. Wait, not 270, 225. So this one is positive because it goes anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise means positive. We start at the first quadrant. Now remember when we read angle, first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. So here's positive angle. And then here, if this side we go the opposite direction, let's say here, I put same angle also 225. This one will be counted wrong, no? Because the direction is this way. So it has to be negative 225, negative sign. Although the value of the angle is the same, but negative show direction in this case also. It's not negative 225 in terms of negative of the x-axis thing. Okay, so determine trigo ratios. So now we have an addition, extra 3 trigo functions. 3 trigo functions, the basic one we learned was sine, cosine, and tangent. And then, okay, the 3 new ones is cosecant, secant, and cotangent. So all of these here, you can find a complementary angle actually. You notice lah, like cotangent and tangent is 90 degrees to each other. Secant and cosecant is 90 degrees to each other. Sine and cosine is 90 degrees to each other. So they complement each other. Complementary angles complement each other. So that's how you see. And that's why they are also like you see this formula, right? Sine is actually wait, not the one. Let me think. No, this one sine and secant will pair. Means sine is 1 over secant. So this one's not related to complementary. Sine is 1 over secant, and then tangent is 1 over cotangent. So you can remember very well, tangent and cotangent, you just have the word co in front to make it cotangent. So it's 1 over the relationship. Okay, so it's like this. And then one more is sine, cosecant. Okay, cosecant and cosine. Cosine is 1 over cosecant. That's the third relationship. So basically you need 3 only, and they are interchangeable. So secant can also be 1 over sine. Because you shift there, then you bring it down, so it can change. And then another one is, let me think. This one is greatly used. Cotangent is cos over sine. Don't forget this one. This one you can apply in proving questions. If they give cotangent, right, in the proving, and then you see the right-hand side part is something related to sine, right? You might want to change this cotangent to cos over sine. Remember this one. And also another one, tangent is sine over cos. This one we learn in lower form, basic one. Tangent is sine over cos. How we prove it is O over H times H over A. You get O over A. O over A is tangent. So that's how we prove it. Okay. So this one, and then the quadrant law after this. This quadrant stuff. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, how I do?
Hey, yeah. You're doing good.
Okay. So quadrant stuff is like this. Remember the unit circle thing. Always one unit. You remember that circle, you can see a lot of things. That one lah, the ribbon pattern or something, we call it butterfly or what. Okay, so unit circle goes something like this. Y and then X, then you got a circle like this. Not equal lah, of course, it's not a circle directly. So here is all positive. Here is sign positive. Tangent positive, cos positive. Means others automatically negative, lah. So the one you don't analyze, the negative one, add sugar to coffee. So this is the thing. So your triangle, what angle you want to find in the triangle here based on the value of the trigo function. Because this one will depend. Here, anything you do is positive. What? Because y-axis is positive, x is positive. So any function you do, you will get positive. But then here, right, the exception is because the x-axis is negative value actually. Y still remains positive. So it depends. Your angle will always be here anyway. So what will be affected is cos and tangent, because here is adjacent. That's why you see sine only is positive here. Adjacent is involved in cos and tangent. So then if you put it here, what is affected is both. Because you see, here also negative, y-axis also negative. But why tangent come positive is negative.
Because negative.
Yeah, correct. So that's why you get positive. And then the other one, hypotenuse always remain one, no matter where it goes, because radius, right? No matter where. Another one is here. Here only this one will be affected, opposite. That's why the sine and tangent is negative, but cos is positive. Okay? So
Cos is cos. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Next one is draw and sketch only. Basically, this is the thing you need to know. Draw and sketch trigo function. Then always will be asked paper 2. Remember your effect of change of A, B, and C value. This one will affect a lot of things. Okay, so the one, and then number of solution. Famous one also. So you need to know how to modify your trigo equation into the equation wanted in the question. So that's how you do it. You either plus something or divide something or times something. So in pro in linear law. In linear law, you can master how to modify the equation. This is about the same thing, something like that. So yeah, and then trigo identities.
Basic identities. There's a total of 3, right? Basic identities. I mean, like main 2, and then you can just derive.
Yeah, I think so. Basic identities, right?
Yes, sine square plus cos square is equals to 1. The one I know. And then another one is it
another one? Yeah,
sec plus cosec equals to 1.
Yeah, that one I think. Wait, let me think. Sine cos. Yeah. Cosecant and cotangent.
Oh, so cosec plus cot. Cosec square plus cot square equals to 1.
Depends whether plus or minus. You need to refer to the formula. This one's given.
It's given. Okay.
Yeah, it's given. I think so. This SPM they should follow also.
Hope they give.
I don't think so. Trials also they all put what? All the formulas were there. So most likely I don't think they will change last minute.
Yeah. Bhuvan, I have to go now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can. It's actually 6:30 already.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I have tuition outside. I have to go.
No worry.
Yeah.
I'll just complete this rather than the end.
Okay. Bye bye. Bye, guys.
Bye bye, Bhuvan. I'm so sorry. See you,
Maybe chat.
Bhuvan. Bye bye.
3 is left.
Bye bye. Thank you.
3 is still there. Complementary angle formula, okay? So master your trigo identities, complementary angle formula, and then your basic identities, and then your addition formula, and then your double angle formula, and then your half angle formula. So these are the things they will be playing around the question. So how you solve proving questions is basically you play around with double angle, half angle, and addition. That's how you prove one side equals to another side. And then for the last thing is the tips for this chapter, and then we will conclude it. So we are done with Trigo. Okay, so the tips for this chapter is first thing, always refer to your one page. And the fact is half of the formulas are included there. Half of the formulas come from Trigo. So your lifeline is over there, in front there in the formula sheet. If you don't know how to prove something, refer to the formula that will help you. And then master basic skills. And the basic skills are sketching Trigo graphs. This one definitely is going to be a question that's coming out. And then another one is, this one can come out to 4 marks. And then master quadratic, quad Trigo functions. Because Trigo functions can go power 2 also, and you might need to factorize in form of quadratic to find an angle. That's why I say master quadratic. And then remember the quadrants as I showed earlier, and the Trigo ratios. This one is the one add sugar to coffee. So all this is positive, all positive, sign positive, tangent positive, cotangent positive. And then next one are reference angle, always pull to the x-axis. So let's say I have a graph like this, x, y, 0. Up here is the reference angle, here is the reference angle, and then here is the reference angle, and here is the reference angle. So always pull it to the x-axis. Reference angle usually we use like this, the side lah. And then this one, practice proving questions, because it will always be tested. When you practice variety, there's a chance that the same thing will come out. And then start to prove from more complex to more simple. It is much easier starting from a more complex one. And then the next one, do not sub negative sign in your calculator. When finding angle, when finding reference angle. Because it will give you different answers. Always put positive. And then do not square the angle. That's a common mistake also. When you're expanding trigo function, right, in like a quadratic form, do not square the angle when expanding bracket. Only square trigo function. And the last bit, let me see. Refer to the question. If they ask the graph in terms of degree, make sure you label the graph like 60 degree, 90 degree. If they ask radian, you must label it in form of pi, pi over 3, pi, 2 pi, like that. So make sure you always remember whether you're using radian mode or degree mode when solving your questions. And also your final answers. Like say they ask you give in terms of 0 degree less than equal to theta less than equal to 360 degree. Means your theta must be in degree mode. You cannot give in radian mode. If they put pi, it's always radian mode. Okay? So that is the tips for chapter 6. And that's all. So chapter 6, everything is there. Yeah. Okay.